Hey everybody, Josh Smith from Reviews of Yesteryear here, and welcome to episode 5. Now this is going to be a 4-part review where I'm going to be talking about some of the Castlevania games. Now I'm only going to be talking about the Castlevania games that have a number on it, not including the ones on Game Boy, so that means Castlevanias 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that means no Symphony of the Night, no Lords of Shadow, and no Dracula X, or Rondo of Blood if you want to be specific. So let's not drag this video any further. And let's get straight into the very first Castlevania game on the NES. Alright, so first of all, this is an action horror game, which explains the bat flying towards you as soon as you start the game. So, let's begin and see how good this game really is. As most of you may know, this is one of the NES classics. You play as a vampire hunter named Simon Belmondo, Belmondo, and your ultimate goal in this game is to travel through 6 monstrous floors in this castle filled with all kinds of creatures and to defeat Count Dracula, whom has been waiting 100 years for a rematch. He's ready. Are you? Along the way, you will encounter many other familiar monsters like Frankenstein and Igor, the Grim Reaper, and even Medusa herself, whom has always scared the living crap out of me even up to this day. Although, one thing that confused me is that if Medusa is supposed to turn people into stone as soon as you look at them, why doesn't Simon Belmont turn into stone? Yeah, well, that's just being picky now. All you can use is skill and your whip, which for some bizarre reason only lets you use it horizontally. Your whip can hold to 3 different levels. The second level increases the strength, while the third level increases the length. Strength and length, remember that. This is not an easy task. Each floor is more challenging than the other. And I mean challenging. Christ, is this game sadistic. The main reason being that when you get hit, you jump back, which can get really annoying, especially when there's a pit next to you. Using some weapons can relieve some of the stress. There's the dagger, the stopwatch, which slows down time, the boomerang, the axe, the invincibility potion, the cross, which kills everything on the screen, and the holy water, or firebomb as the manual calls it. Now, the holy water is okay on the regular levels, but on bosses, they don't stand a chance. What's kind of weird is that the hearts that you sometimes get by whipping candles are ammunition for the sub-weapons. Wouldn't you expect them to refill your health meter? The only thing that does refill your health meter is what looks like a piece of chicken, but according to the instruction manual, it's a pork chop. Well, that's a pretty big pork chop. And why does Simon eat a pork chop that he found on a wall? What sick person thought to put it there in the first place? So if you want to find any pork chops, you gotta keep whipping the walls. I'm guessing Konami didn't want us to find them, so they hid it in the walls. They wanted you to beat this game in one clean shot. Now that's another thing I got to mention. There's no save feature. In one sitting, you've got to beat the entire game. You can also get double shots, which allow you to throw 2 of the sub-weapon at a time, and the triple shot, which allows you to throw 3 at a time. You can either find these by whipping at some blocks, or you can use the sub-weapon on an enemy at a certain spot and you'll find it in one of the candles. If you manage to get a certain amount of points, you get an extra life. There are also hidden treasure chests you can find, usually by standing at a specific spot for a certain amount of time, and all they do is just give you a large number of points. In terms of graphics, well, this is one of the earlier NES titles, so at the time this was amazing. As for the music, it's fantastic, especially the final piece with Dracula. It fits with the atmosphere so well, and it gives you a feeling that you're almost done and you just can't give up right here, just when you're about to defeat the final boss. In other words, it's awesome finale music. When you do get to the final room, you'll see that the coffin is open and empty, and uh-oh, here comes Dracula! Jeez, what's up with his face? All you have to do is wait for him to materialize and then hit his head, whilst avoiding his fireballs, of course. If you time it just right, then you should be able to hit his head and the fireballs without getting hurt. Once you get the pattern, Dracula's not so bad. Ooh, that's so violent. Wait, what the? What the hell is that? Jesus, it's a gargoyle and Sully from Monsters Inc. put together. One thing that does kill the mood is that you're gonna need a crap load of hearts to beat Dracula. Once you finish whipping all the candles in the hallway, go back down the stairs, come back up, and whip all the candles again. Rinse and repeat. This does get incredibly boring, especially the fact that Dracula will kick your ass! But if you're planning on beating him, you're gonna have to. The best method is probably to use the holy water on him. And when Dracula's throwing more fireballs at you, then you should be able to use the holy water to destroy them. And if you're lucky, a double shot will come, making this a hell of a lot easier, because this is without a doubt the hardest part of the game. Well, besides the hallway before death. Wow, that was one of the hardest games I've ever beaten. Well, let's take a look at the ending. Dracula's castle crumbles very slowly, and then the credits roll. Wait, Trans Fisher? Bela Lugosi? Christopher B? Grant Stoker? Buff Cheney Jr.? Ah, no, this isn't all of them. No, there are a lot more. I have no idea if this was intentional or not, but sheesh. Well, anyway, it leaves you with a satisfying and rewarding note saying you played the greatest role in this story, making you feel like you were really there, saving thousands of lives and being respected for your good deeds. Well, anyway, that's Castlevania. You can either buy it on the NES or the Wii Virtual Console for 500 points. It's a memorable experience that's worth replaying. Sometimes, in terms of replaying. This game is pretty damn hard. Even after reviewing this, I'm not sure if I want to play it again. But anyway, tune in for part 2, and we're going to look into the sequel that has disappointed many. It's Castlevania 2: Simon's Quest. Until then, I'm Josh Smith from Reviews of Yesteryear. Take care.